What's up guys, and welcome to the MXGP demo. This is a motocross game that released a demo, or even the game itself, on March 28th. I know I'm a little late on covering it, but I just sort of wanted to strike up the conversation about it. I used to be a big fan of motocross, so was my father. It sort of runs in the family, I guess. And you know, I actually used to be really into American motocross. This isn't American motocross, this is actually European. So if you are into American motocross, and you're playing this game for American motocross, you might not be very happy with it, because it's nothing like that. Actually, doing a bit of research on the game before I hopped into the demo, I tried looking for other commentators here on YouTube. I actually did the video, or the games, videos on the game, and actually, the very few who spoke English definitely weren't American. So I think I might actually be the only American really covering this game. In fact, on the console version of PS3, Xbox 360, I don't even think it released in America. It was only in Europe. The only way I'm even getting my hands on this game is via Steam. But the game is interesting, and I don't care what you have to say, mister, because I just sort of want to go over this. So, like I said, it's not American, so you won't hear any Jeremy McGrath, you won't hear any Stewart, nothing like that, because it's not American. It's like Gautier Poland, people I've never even heard of, Clement DeSalle. But you know, I have an oddly high amount of motocross experience when it comes to playing games, because of my dad mostly, but like, compared to most reviewers or commentators or anything, I have a weirdly high amount of experience when it comes to playing motocross games, especially with Activision. And ever since, you know, Activision took down their branch, whoever it was in THQ, who developed motocross games, ever since then, you know, we've seen an extreme lack in motocross games. And it sort of disappoints me, because motocross games are cool, and I feel like the game really peaked during MX vs. ATV Untamed, but I've played a lot of them, like I said, through my dad. I would just play them, and it was like, you know,
when you're in the pit,
I know, but like, you know, you had MX vs. ATV Untamed, or even the original MX games, and here is pretty cool. I can sort of choose my lane, but it doesn't let me choose many of them from the looks of it, because people have their lanes covered. I don't see what the turn is. I don't know which way the turn is. I wish it would show me on the screen. Apparently not. Well, this looks like the inside. It looks like it takes a left, so this is the most inside? Okay, we'll take this one. We're gonna high-five our little guy here. Let's just go. I'm not really good at this game, I'm gonna warn you. It does have some pretty decent controls. It has some good feel to it, but the graphics itself, really not that impressive. Yeah, you're not going to buy this game for the visuals, obviously, but if you were for some reason expecting that, just don't. It's not really that graphically fideled, and I already fell. One thing is, it tries a little too hard to be realistic. It's a motocross, I feel like it's more of a motocross simulator than it is a game. And that's not what you saw with the MX vs. ATV. Of course, you tried to, in some of the later MX vs. ATVs, in like the PS3 era, they tried very hard to be more realistic until they brought MX vs. ATV Reflex, and then it went back to being stupidly crazy. But it's like, I don't know, I just don't feel like that's good for motocross games. I feel like MX vs. ATV was a very, Untamed was a very good one. And, it's just, you don't see games like that are in motocross that are that good. Like, that was like the best one for sure, and it wasn't very to the T when it comes to realism in motocross. So I mean, this has some good realism. Of course, you can do things like change gears. You can what was it called? You can turn with your weight. You have your left joystick to just turn, and then your right joystick to just, you know, like to put your weight into it. And there's a lot of specific things about it. I'm playing really badly because I'm not really paying attention. I'm trying to talk, but like, I did a lot better the first time I played through. I got into like 6th place easily. But, oh gosh, it seems like he just falls too easy. I mean, I know I'm still not that great at the controls. I'm still learning quite a bit of it. And I always keep my finger on the throttle too much. But even like, if you're only a few inches out of the track, it restarts you on the track most of the time. And it's like, very frustrating. Because it's like, I could have totally caught myself and just made my way back on the track and would have been able to recuperate faster than what it resetted me. So it's a little annoying. But the game, it plays overall pretty well if you want something super realistic. But I don't know, it just, I feel like it takes a bit away from the fun factor because of that. I'm seem to be doing a little, don't jinx myself, a little bit better. But I didn't see any American commentators really covering this game, and I thought I should at least give it a try, insight you guys on my, my experience with motocross games, because I don't know, nobody really knows, I guess. I don't really talk about it too much because it really doesn't strike that much importance. Okay, let's see if we can at least catch up to like 15th. Like I said, I easily got 6th place when I played by myself, just trying to figure out if the game was any good. This guy's last name is Boog, which is very funny. Sorry, Boog, but your last name just reminds me of mucus. Oh gosh, come on, really? Maybe I'm just bad at the controls. Of course, I'm playing on the original Xbox controller. It supports PC keyboard controls, but good luck trying that. I don't want to play a racing game on a keyboard, or at least not this kind of racing game. That doesn't sound very fun at all. I don't know how it would be, but I don't even want to touch it. It just sounds like frustrating. And wow, I'm really, really bad. Okay. Yeah, but of course I'm not playing well. Maybe I'm just distracted. Maybe I'm just incredibly tired. But hey, at least, I just wanted to show the game off, and, it's a very expensive one, too. Another thing is I was trying to do some research on the developer, and they've made a number of other games. They've made, what are they called? The street car, not even street cars, but like they race on the dirt. You guys know what I mean. Travis Pastrana does it, doesn't he? What else did they do? They've done some, what's it called? Street bike racings, too. They've done a few of those, and, they've done a few interesting racing games. Well, they all seem to be pretty European-based. It's funny, though, because when trying to research the developer of the game, there's actually some type of company that has the same exact name that does just, like, something about chemistry, and it was really weird. Just, like, something with science, and it was weird. It was like, you guys don't make games, do you? But of course I can't, I just wasn't able to get my hands on the full game. I didn't get a copy of it for press-related reasons, because I guess they didn't deem it me fit. But, ooh, and there I go, falling again. And the game is pretty expensive. But it was like, I saw that there was a demo available, and I just had to pick it up. I also used to play, I've been playing motocross games for a long time now, I think, but there was a Jeremy McGrath 98, I think it was, for the PlayStation 1. I love it. It was very fun, very cool in my opinion. Oh gosh. But it's sort of, you see a disappointing fall in motocross games ever since THQ took a fall, and THQ just no longer exists from my knowledge entirely, or at least a branch that made the motocross games. From my knowledge, Reflex did really, really bad, but it's just like, I wish that we had more games like it sometimes. Oh, wow. See, it's like there, it took me back. Sort of annoys me. And, of course, I think every other racer has finished, but at this point, I'm barely even looking at the screen. I wish, I don't know, it's like, with stuff like the MX vs. ATV, you had so much style. I could just go over here and do a backflip. Wow, this is obviously more racing based. And it's just you had that level of style, you could just do tricks and show off and have a good time that way. And I feel like that was a really key part in the fun factor. And that's why I don't play too many simulator games, because sometimes it just takes the fun out of it. I want something that may not be strikingly realistic and more about the fun factor, but of course that's why I play games. And that's just me. We're almost done, though. The agony's almost over for you guys, I'm sorry. Interesting to see things like monsters, just like monsters plastered everywhere. But it's like, it's very similar, it's just a whole different world, because it's not American for me. I mean, I haven't watched motocross in years now. I just haven't been a part of the scene, I haven't been a part of that area in many, many years of my life now. And so it's like, nothing I really bother about mentally anymore. But it's still interesting to see this pop up. It actually caught my eye more than I think anyone else would have. Okay, let's just finish this race off. Let's jump over here. See, it's like it doesn't even let you do stupid stuff. It already resets you. Okay, and I did horrible. Absolutely disgustingly horrible. But okay, that is MXGP. You can find it on Steam and a number of different consoles, but the link to the website and the Steam profile will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching this sort of unorthodox video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.